Two of his proposers, namely Mr. Faiz Mustafa, President's Counsel, and Dr. Romesh De Silva, President's Counsel, will escort our new President, Mr. Kaushal Navaratna, onto stage. It is also our privilege to invite one of the proposers, namely Dr. Romesh De Silva, President's Counsel, to introduce our new President to the members of the bar.
Your Lordship the Chief Justice, Honorable Attorney General, Your Ladyships and Lordships of the Supreme Court of Appeal, distinguished colleagues.
A warm round of applause.
Thank you. Kindly be seated. To announce the official results of the election for the post of the Secretary of the Bar.
For the wisdom imparted to the management committee.
My Lord, the Chief Justice, members of the diplomatic community, Honorable Attorney General, their Lordships and Ladyships of the Supreme Court, His Lordship Justice Pandra Karunaratna, President of the Court of Appeal, their Lordships and Ladyships of the Court of Appeal, Honorable Solicitor General, Honorable Judges of the High Courts, District Courts, Magistrates Courts and the Labour Tribunals, President's Councils, past Presidents and other office bearers from the Bar Association of Sri Lanka, my colleagues at the Bar, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first take this opportunity to express my sincere appreciation for your presence on the occasion of my induction as the 27th President of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka. I believe it is a testament to the trust, faith and confidence placed in me to take on the presidency of the body of such high standing of the legal fraternity. I stand humbled indeed, especially due to the fact that my election was unanimous. Further, I wish to congratulate Mr. Nalin Dindupi, Sir, President's Council, Mr. Bala Patabandi, Mr. Samaj Jayasekara, and Mr. Meheran Karim for being elected to the Management Committee as the Vice President, Secretary, President, and the Assistant Secretary, respectively. Further, please accept my warmest congratulations to all the members who are elected to the Executive Committee. When I stand before you today, I vividly recall my journey in the field of law, started back in the year 1993 as a student of the Sri Lanka Law College. It is a journey with achievements which I received purely based on my merits, dedication and commitment. I cherish all and single achievements in my legal career with gratitude and content. I was fortunate to serve the members of the legal fraternity in many capacities, such as the Secretary and the President of the Colombo Law Society, which is considered to be the main arm of the Bar Association of Sri Lanka. Then, as the Zonal Vice President, member of the Bar Council, member of the Executive Committee, and finally, as the Secretary with an overwhelming support by you in the history of an election of the Bar Association. I am confident that the process I followed over the years would undoubtedly be an advantage to understand and serve the members efficiently. Further, during the last few months, I had the opportunity of meeting my colleagues, both senior and junior, in all parts of the country, including the members of the judiciary, official bar, corporate sector, and the private sector. The experience I have gathered through my involvement with the bar and the meetings of my colleagues gave me the opportunity to realize and understand the needs of the members at large. The non-availability of basic facilities, difficulties faced by the members in the day-to-day practice has made the legal practice an impossibility. Turning a blind eye by the authorities to the just and reasonable requests of members has been a growing concern. The loss delays has been a famous topic in ceremonial events in the profession. However, it is the time for all stakeholders to take progressive steps to address these important issues without further delay. We as the Bar Association will always encourage such steps. Further decrease of the professional standards has always been a much debated topic within the legal community. It is my belief that the legal education should necessarily be revisited and the opportunity shall be created for the young members of the bar, especially due to the influx of high numbers to the profession yearly basis. The bar needs to take urgent measures to raise the standards of the legal education and embrace continuous professional development to keep its members on par with their global counterparts. In this regard, it is essential that we think progressively and not bow to popular sentiments. It is regrettable to take note that the progressive steps which were to be introduced have been denied by the Parliament without taking into consideration the futuristic approach of the proposals. It is my belief that the three pillars of the legal community, that is the judiciary, the bar, official bar, shall work complementary to each other in its endeavour to maintain the rule of law. Further, it is imperative that the three pillars of the democratic governance, the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary shall act harmoniously. It is my pledge to my members that the Bar Association will always remain independent and will always uphold the Constitution and protect the rule of law. Further, the Bar Association will be the guardian to maintain the independence of the judiciary. which is a primary requisite of a democratic governance. Any interference with the independence of the judiciary will have a zero tolerance, and the bar will take required steps to protect the independence and the dignity of the judiciary and the profession without any fear or favor. Our Constitution recognizes the fundamental rights of the citizens of our country. It is the duty of each and every stakeholder to protect the basic fundamental rights, which includes the right of the citizens to display dissent. The bar shall and will always defend and aid to protect the human rights and the rule of law in its endeavor to have a society with equal rights. The issues faced by the members, both seniors and juniors, due to the prevailing economic and political crisis in the country is yet another matter which warrants the attention of the bar. Therefore, it is my opinion that the membership and the needs of the members shall be the top priority of the Bar Association. There is no doubt that the attention of the public as well as the executive and the legislature has been drawn towards the Bar Association, and undeniable public trust and the confidence has to be placed on the entire legal fraternity. Hence, I am quite sensitive towards the Herculean task on my shoulder as the leader of the bar, which I am confident that I can discharge to the best of my ability. I am a firm believer of discipline, traditions, and the ethics which we have inherited over the years. The protection of the same is imperative to maintain the dignity, integrity, and the standards of the legal profession. Therefore, I believe that the Bar Association shall endeavour to appraise the members regarding professional ethics, traditions, and discipline. It is a need of the hour to respect the traditions and take our profession back to its glory days when lawyers were held in high esteem in our society. I believe it is essential that all law enforcement authorities shall work harmoniously, which is required for the betterment of our country. We shall take the required steps to rebuild the lost trust between the state's authorities and the legal practitioners, which is mutually beneficial to all. Bar Association belongs to its members. None can claim personal liens over the association. Hence, the members of my executive committee and I will endeavour to serve the members devoid of any divisions or party politics. The ulterior agendas of individuals or group or parties will be vehemently discouraged under my leadership. Prior to my concluding remarks, I wish to extend my warmest wishes to Mr. Ananda Wickramasekara, President's Counsel, who is here with us today for completing 6 years of the legal practice. Many congratulations to you, sir. I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Saleh Piris, the outgoing President, Mr. Anura Mathikoda, President's Counsel, the outgoing Deputy President, Mr. Ratim Pereira, the outgoing Treasurer, for the yeoman services rendered to the legal fraternity and to the citizens of our country. Further, on behalf of the Executive Committee and of the Bar Association and the members of the Bar, I wish to extend my sincere thanks to His Lordship the Chief Justice, the Honourable Attorney General, Honourable Solicitor General, members of the official Bar, and the staff for the support extended from the day of the acceptance of nominations to date. Finally, I take this opportunity to extend my gratitude to my late father, who always trusted me in all what I did from our school days. I am sad he is not here with me today to celebrate my achievements, but I am sure I will receive his blessing as always. I should thank my mother, my sister and my brothers for being there for me whenever it is needed. I will be failing in my duty if I do not remember late Mr. Kannaya Sivanandam, Senior Attorney at Law, under whose guidance I did my pupillage. I wish to express my unreserved gratitude and appreciation to the gentleman who has been my inspiration over 2.5 decades, who made me who I am what I am today. A big thank you to my senior Mr. Koshan Dialvis, President's Council, and Mr. Dialvis for all the support given. I wish to thank my schoolmates, my batchmates, my close friends, and my chambermates, the members of my campaign teams, my proposers, seconders, and all senior and junior members who supported me unreservedly during the period of my campaign. I wish to extend my sincere thanks to all my juniors who worked tirelessly today to achieve the task which was ahead of them. I'm indeed grateful to them. Last but not least, my wife Shahara and my 3 daughters Siruni, Shenar and Binara for tolerating my absence from home and allowing me to pursue what I like in my professional career. This position has been held by the giants of the profession, and each of them have set such high bar. I'm sure my task before me will be an intimidating one. But I take courage from the fact that ours is a close-knit fraternity, and therefore, with the support of you, my learned brothers and sisters of the bar, I can navigate through both tranquil and many stormy waters and keep the flag of the BSL flying high through it all. Once again, while sincerely extending my warmest thanks to the entire membership for the trust and confidence placed on me and my Secretary Suru, members of the Management Committee and the Executive Committee, we shall together work towards the protection of the dignity and the independence of the legal profession and the judiciary. I earnestly invite the entire electorate to join us in this endeavor. Thank you.